could have them whip you up something.
No, sir. I'm fine.
Good.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most notable examples of actors breaking typecasting.
Cool, we got a deal. Here's 300 down. What's your name?
Max.
Max. I'm Vincent.
Number 30, Elijah Wood, Sin City.
Heading downstairs to the kitchen, getting himself a midnight snack. And I can guess what kind.
For a long time, Elijah Wood was known for his boyish charm, gentle demeanor, and heroic roles. He had won over audiences as a cute child actor, and eventually embodied heroism itself by playing the soft-spoken Frodo Baggins in The Lord of the Rings. But come 2005, just a few years after the iconic fantasy trilogy, Wood broke type by playing a menacing, cannibalistic serial killer in Sin City. He never said a word, but he still managed to unsettle viewers with a threatening stare and a malicious smile. Wood's disturbing performance proved he had a dark side. We didn't know he had it in him, and we had to watch The Lord of the Rings again as a palate cleanser.
Damn. He eats people.
Number 29, Woody Harrelson, Natural Born Killers.
You from out of town?
Okay, I'll bite. Yeah, I'm from out of town.
Today, Woody Harrelson is known as a highly versatile actor, having taken on all sorts of different roles. Heroic, villainous, and something in between. But that wasn't the case in the early 90s, when he was known for playing Woody Boyd on Cheers. The role earned him widespread acclaim, not to mention the Emmy for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series. But Harrelson's comedic persona was shattered in Oliver Stone's controversial thriller Natural Born Killers, in which he plays sadistic mass murderer Mickey Knox. This film showcased Harrelson's natural ability to handle darker material, and led him down the path into more complex and varied characters. Luckily, he never lost that cheeky sense of humor.
It's just murder, man. All God's creatures do it in some form or another.
Number 28, Andre Braugher, Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Robot Captain, engage.
Is that what you think?
Hey! New captain alert!
The late Andre Braugher built his reputation on serious drama with standout performances in shows like Homicide, Life on the Street, and Men of a Certain Age. Luckily, and to the surprise of everyone, his dry personality worked perfectly for comedy, as showcased on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Braugher displayed impeccable comedic timing while still maintaining his stoic charm, making Captain Raymond Holt one of the most distinctive characters on television. The great thing about his role is that Holt himself isn't a funny person. He's made funny through Braugher's brilliant performance, his robotic line delivery, and his complete lack of social awareness.
Change is a good thing.
Just yesterday you were ranting about the Philharmonic adding a second piccolo.
It's too many, it'll muddle the sound.
Sorry I brought it up.
Number 27, Daniel Craig, Logan Lucky.
Ain't seen you in a while. How goes it? Well, I'm sitting on this side of the table wearing a onesie. How do you think it's going?
It takes a certain kind of man to play James Bond. Unflappable, cold, tough, Daniel Craig did it all and received praise for his portrayal of the secret agent. His Bond was much darker and grittier than previous iterations, and the role brought Craig enormous fame as an action hero. But he defied expectations as Joe Bang in Logan Lucky, complete with bleach blonde hair and a thick southern accent. The role showed off Craig's comedic chops, not to mention his deft ability to disappear into flamboyant and eccentric characters. He would go on to play a similar role in Knives Out, carving himself a nice post-Bond career in the process.
Presence will be ornamental. You will find me a respectful, quiet, passive observer.
Number 26, Mary Tyler Moore, Ordinary People.
All right, then if he changes his mind, maybe it's not something that was right for him to do.
You talk to him about it? Does he want to go to London?
I don't think he knows what he wants to do.
Winning 7 Emmys throughout her legendary career, Mary Tyler Moore is an icon of the small screen. She earned widespread recognition for her bubbly characters on The Dick Van Dyke Show and The Mary Tyler Moore Show, both of which made her a pop culture superstar of the 60s and 70s. Absolutely no one was ready for her profoundly sad and moving performance in Ordinary People, in which she plays the grieving mother of a troubled teen with PTSD. Moore's powerful performance earned her an Academy Award nomination for Best Actress, and proved she could tackle heavyweight dramatic roles with finesse. Frothy TV sitcoms, Best Picture winning dramas, Moore could do it all.
All he wants is to know that you don't hate him. That's
hate him? God, how could I hate him? Mothers don't hate their sons. Is that what he told you?
Number 25, Jason Bateman, Ozark.
We just want to be comfortable with who we trust our money to.
For better or worse, Jason Bateman is one of those actors who found his strengths and stuck to them. All of his comedic characters are pretty much the same. Sarcastic, uptight Michael Bluth types who react with disdain to the kookiness around them. But Bateman's comedic roots were put to the test in Ozark, a Netflix drama in which he plays a cartel money launderer. Bateman delivered a darkly complex performance that garnered critical acclaim and his first Emmy nomination for Outstanding Lead Actor in a Drama Series. With its dark, dramatic tone far removed from the comedic Bluth family antics, Ozark proved that Bateman is a master of both genres.
Wendy, what are you doing? For once in your life, listen to me and get back inside. Get out of the car!
Number 24, Ralph Fiennes, The Grand Budapest Hotel.
Dear God, what have you done to your fingernails?
I beg your pardon?
This diabolical varnish. The colour is completely wrong.
No one does villains quite like Ralph Fiennes. Amon Goeth, Voldemort, that creepy chef from The Menu. Maybe he just has one of those faces. But the man was born to play the baddie. So his association with menacing villains didn't prepare us for his performance in Wes Anderson's whimsical comedy, The Grand Budapest Hotel. Fiennes plays the hotel's eccentric concierge, Gustav H., and he has one heck of a good time doing so. He displayed a strong talent for comedic timing, and unlike many of his cold villains, Gustav was a generally warm, loving, and ultimately inviting figure. Then again, he is the concierge, so that's to be expected.
We think you're a real straight fellow.
Well, I've never been accused of that before, but I appreciate the sentiment.
Number 23, Leonardo DiCaprio, Django Unchained.
You really want me to shake your hand? I insist.
Before Django Unchained, Leonardo DiCaprio hadn't really played a villain. Not to this extent, at least. DiCaprio was a heartthrob in his early career, playing romantic young characters like Jack Dawson and Romeo Montague. He eventually grew up and took on more complex characters, but none of them really fell into the realm of pure villainy. That changed with Calvin Candy, an eccentric plantation owner with more than a few sadistic tendencies. Complete with a southern accent, DiCaprio completely transformed for the role and showed us a malicious dark side that we hadn't seen before. It was more than a little unnerving.
You had my curiosity, but now you have my attention.
Number 22, Harrison Ford, What Lies Beneath.
I had an affair with her. And when I tried to break it off, she became unstable.
Known for his rugged heroes, Harrison Ford has enjoyed a long and prosperous career as a franchise actor. From Indiana Jones to Han Solo to Jack Ryan, Ford is the ultimate man's man. A handsome hero with a ton of charisma and an innate ability to kick some butt. But he's also tackled some more challenging material, like Robert Zemeckis' psychological thriller What Lies Beneath. Playing a professor whose wife is terrorized by a ghost, Ford departed from his usual heroic shtick and played a far more complex character with greater maturity and darker motives. It signaled that Ford could be taken seriously as a dramatic actor with a heavy load to bear.
All I ever wanted was to spend the rest of my life with you. What can happen now?
Number 21, Matthew McConaughey, Dallas Buyers Club.
I mean, goddamn people are dying. And y'all are all up there afraid that we're gonna find an alternative without you.
By 2013, Matthew McConaughey was known for one of two things. Either All Right, All Right, All Right, or being the male lead in a slew of romantic comedies. That is, until Dallas Buyers Club came around. McConaughey earned widespread acclaim for playing AIDS advocate Ron Woodruff and took home the Academy Award for Best Actor. With that Oscar win, Hollywood finally realized that McConaughey was a genuine talent who could easily carry a drama, even one as dense and heavy as Dallas Buyers Club. His career was never the same.
Sometimes I just feel like I'm fighting for life. I just ain't got time to live. I want it to mean something.
Number 20, Adam Sandler, Uncut Gems. Adam Sandler is enormously popular for his immature brand of humor, marked by fart jokes, pee jokes, and those weird gibberish noises.
Please, Billy, please, no gibberish tonight, please, I beg you.
That said, Sandler has played against type on numerous occasions, proving that he's an excellent dramatic actor. His first big, serious role was that of Barry Egan in Punch Drunk Love, but he also proved astoundingly good in Uncut Gems.
That's $1 million opal you hold, straight from the Ethiopian Jewish tribe. I mean, this is old school, Middle Earth shit.
Sandler's performance earned him universal praise. Some believed that he would be up for an Oscar. While he was awarded Best Actor by the National Board of Review, he was totally snubbed by the Academy. Still, he's come a long way from being peed on by a deer.
Move your dial towards me. And back to you. Towards me. Back to you.
Number 19, Will Ferrell, Stranger Than Fiction. It's amazing to consider how many comedians make a seamless transition to drama.
Okay, people, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., Santa's coming to town. Santa! Oh my God!
Will Ferrell really hit his film stride in the early 2000s with films like Old School, Elf, and Anchorman.
If you want to throw down in fisticuffs, fine. I've got Jack Johnson and Tom O'Leary waiting for you.
In all of them, he plays a man who's immature for his age. And then came Stranger Than Fiction.
So, this woman, the voice, told you you're gonna die?
Well, she didn't tell me. She doesn't know I can hear her.
But she said it.
Yes.
And you believed her.
Well, she's been right about a few other things.
This comedy drama follows an IRS agent who learns that he's the subject of a novel in progress, and that the ending dictates his death.
You're asking me to knowingly face my death?
Yes.
Really?
The movie was warmly received for its unique story and performances, which saw Ferrell delivering a confident performance alongside the likes of Maggie Gyllenhaal, Dustin Hoffman, and Emma Thompson.
Isn't there some very clear and established rule about fraternization?
Auditor-oddity protocol?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't care.
And to think this came out 3 months after Talladega Nights. Number 18, Leslie Nielsen, Airplane.
Engine room, is the chief still there?
Yes, sir.
This is the captain. Put him on.
For many of us, it's hard to imagine the late Mr. Nielsen as anything but an obvious choice for comedy casting directors. But that wasn't always the case.
Running an unstable ship at full ahead is dangerous. I'm sure. Especially one as old as this.
For about 25 years between the 1950s and 1970s, Leslie was a steady employed actor in serious films. These included well-known classics like films Forbidden Planet and The Poseidon Adventure.
Mayday, sir? Yes, I said mayday, mayday, mayday.
However, the perception of this talented actor was forever altered with his hilariously deadpan performance as Dr. Rumack in Airplane.
Can you fly this plane and land it?
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
This would also lead to one of his most memorable roles as Frank Drebin in the film series The Naked Gun. Number 17, Henry Fonda, Once Upon a Time in the West. The patriarch of the highly respected Fonda acting dynasty, Henry originally built his career as the heroic everyman, always primed to fight for what's right in the world.
It's not easy to raise my hand and send a boy off to die without talking about it first.
But that's why it took so many people by surprise when he took on the role of the hired gun Frank in Once Upon a Time in the West. He's sent to intimidate a local landowner, but instead slaughters the man and his kids. The image of the actor who played the lone holdout, heroic juror from 12 Angry Men, killing 3 children, forever altered the way he was seen by audiences everywhere.
I mean, if I was on trial for my life, I'd want my lawyer to tear the prosecution witnesses to shreds, or at least try to.
Number 16, Melissa McCarthy, Can You Ever Forgive Me?
I'm Life, huh? Life bothering you?
Yes,
that's
I'm Life,
what are you
Annie.
doing?
I'm Life, Annie.
Oh,
How
no.
are you doing?
This funny woman burst onto the scene with Bridesmaids, earning herself an Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actress, a rare Academy acknowledgement of the comedy genre. This led to a long string of comedic roles.
What are you staring at? Huh? I will destroy you.
In 2018, however, McCarthy pivoted in a big way when she starred as Lee Israel in the acclaimed biographical comedy drama Can You Ever Forgive Me?
This is very special. Why would you part with it?
Clutter. You know, I'm not a very sentimental gal.
The movie is based on Israel's criminal career in literary forgery, penning up to 400 fake letters from dead authors and actors. McCarthy's performance was widely praised, and she earned her second Academy Award nomination, this time in the lead actress category. She ended up losing to Olivia Colman for The Favorite.
I suppose you might be mad at me as well.
Well, I mean, if you didn't look so decrepit, I might be.
Number 15, Jeff Daniels, Dumb and Dumber.
I'm starting to build a career. Is life up on the screen so terrible?
In the 1980s, Jeff Daniels earned back-to-back Golden Globe nominations for his work in The Purple Rose of Cairo and Something Wild.
What are you doing?
I'm setting you free.
Maybe I don't want to be free.
In 1993, he played Colonel Joshua Chamberlain in the epic war film Gettysburg. And in June 1994, he played a SWAT officer in Speed.
You can reach the circuit wire.
No, don't. That's a decoy. Classic.
6 months later, he was enduring explosive diarrhea on a broken toilet and giving bottled pee to a police officer. Yep, Dumb and Dumber changed how we saw Jeff Daniels forever.
Be right out!
I hope you're not using the toilet, it's broken.
We never expected such lowbrow comedy from an actor of Daniel's stature, but Daniel made it work thanks to his commitment and incredible chemistry with Jim Carrey.
Man, you are one pathetic loser. No offense.
No, none taken.
He wouldn't often return to comedy, but we all know that he can do it. Number 14, Robert Pattinson, Good Time. If an actor is looking to break type, all they have to do is go to the Safdie brothers. It worked for Adam Sandler, and it worked for Robert Pattinson.
What if I'm not the hero? What if I'm the bad guy?
After Twilight, many were willing to write off Pattinson as just another heartthrob flavor of the month. But maybe he just needed the right director and material. In the 2010s, he tackled roles in several dramas, but it was his performance as Connie Nikas in Good Time that really cemented his reputation as a serious actor.
I think something very important is happening, and it's deeply connected to my purpose. And I think that you are somehow connected to it as well. I mean, do you feel me at all?
The role earned him widespread acclaim and Best Actor noms at various film festivals.
Look, losers like you are incapable of taking care of themselves. You're either leeching off mommy, or leeching off welfare, or living off the government in jail. That's you!
He's since carried his newfound reputation into more stellar work like High Life and The Lighthouse. Number 13, Johnny Depp, Edward Scissorhands. Throughout the 1980s, Johnny Depp was perceived as something of a pretty boy and cast accordingly, not unlike Robert Pattinson.
You dreamed about the same creep I did.
That's impossible.
He had a starring role in A Nightmare on Elm Street, appeared as Lerner in Oliver Stone's war drama Platoon, and later starred as the titular character in John Waters' Crybaby. And then came Edward Scissorhands.
I'm not finished.
Oh! Put those down, don't come any closer.
Directed by Tim Burton, the movie was positively received for its gothic fairy tale style, and Depp was nominated for a Golden Globe.
That was the single most thrilling experience of my whole life.
It was the first time he was recognized by a major institution, and would prove the first of 10 Golden Globe nominations.
Hey, hi, George Monroe. Whoa, it's a heck of a handshake you got there, Ed.
Funnily enough, the success of Edward Scissorhands resulted in a new typecasting, as he became the go-to guy for Tim Burton and weird, fantastical characters. Number 12, Jamie Foxx, Ray and Collateral.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. That country music, you know why they like it? The stories, man.
Before Ray, Jamie Foxx was known for his comedy. He performed on In Living Color and starred in his own WB sitcom The Jamie Foxx Show from 1996 to 2001. And when he ventured into film, he was given supporting roles in movies like Any Given Sunday and Ali. That changed in 2004 when Foxx starred in Ray and Collateral, which were released around 3 months apart.
You killed him?
No, I shot him. Bullets in the fall killed him.
Both proved Foxx's capabilities as a leading dramatic actor and earned him widespread praise from critics and Academy members. In fact, he received 2 Oscar nominations in the same year, making him just the 3rd male actor in history to do so.
If somebody had a gun to your head and said, you gotta tell me what's going on with this person over here or I'm gonna kill you. What is driving him?
Number 11, Jonah Hill, Moneyball.
Do you have any bigger clothes or do you only shop at Baby Gap?
Once an actor who was more likely to be nominated for a Teen Choice or MTV Movie Award than an Oscar, Jonah Hill had his breakout role as the vulgar and funny Seth from Superbad.
Dude, I don't want to talk a lot of shit, okay? but she's gonna be at the party, and she's gonna be drunk, and she likes me at least a little, enough to get with me.
That is, until he was tapped for the role of Peter Brand in the 2011 biographical sports drama Moneyball.
Our goal and our expectation is by mid-July to be within 7 games of first.
Cast is an economics expert who changes the way that baseball teams are put together through his expertise and knowledge. Moneyball depended on Hill's untested ability to be taken seriously.
Okay, so Billy says he'll pay for Rincon himself, but when he sells him for more money next year, he's keeping the profit.
Pulling it off to such a degree that it earned him an Oscar nomination, he turned out to be well worth the gamble.
You've been a huge part of this team. Sometimes you have to make decisions that are best for the team. I'm sure you can understand that.
Number 10, Will Smith, Ali. While Jamie Foxx was great in Ali, that movie belonged to Will Smith. Early in his career, Smith was widely known for his rapping and The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
I am Jeffrey, your uncle's butler.
Oh, okay, well, cheerio and all that rot, and but then you get an opportunity. Bring the horses around, would you?
When he ventured into film, he mostly stuck to fun, lighthearted movies like Men in Black, Independence Day, and Wild Wild West.
Oh, well, first I was gonna pop this guy hanging from the street light, and then I realized, he's just working out.
Even Bad Boys, his most serious work at the time, had elements of camp and goofiness. Smith took on more prestigious work with Michael Mann's Ali, filling some massive shoes by portraying the titular boxing legend. While the movie earned a solid, if somewhat muted reception, Smith's performance as Ali was singled out for praise, and it earned him his first Academy Award nomination for Best Actor.
He did 3 rounds, realized he was gonna lose to Muhammad Ali, and knocked himself out. And I predict that when the fighter said he might not show.
Number 9, Jim Carrey, the number 23.
It's a lie! It's a lie!
When Jim Carrey's first famous leading role involved a sequence where he literally talked out of his ass, it set a precedent for the types of roles he was offered and given thereafter.
Excuse me, I'd like to ask you a few questions.
In the years since then, he's attempted to fight that perception with more dramatic roles, including acclaimed performances in The Truman Show, Man on the Moon, and Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Remember me. Try your best. Maybe we can.
Still, the idea that he was that guy who starred in outrageous comedies that took advantage of his rubber-faced antics persisted. For many, it took him starring in a psychological thriller as a man struggling with dreams of murder to truly break the mold he'd created.
I want you to leave, Hank. You need to leave before...
Before what? Before you kill me?
Number 8, Michael Keaton, Batman. Many actors have broken type by playing Batman, including Christian Bale.
So what do you think? Does it come in black?
But none have shattered their type quite like Michael Keaton. Before 1989, Keaton was a comedic performer.
Idea to eliminate garbage. Edible paper. See? Eat it, it's gone. Eat it, it's out of there.
He was on the sitcoms All's Fair and The Mary Tyler Moore Hour, and starred in film comedies like Night Shift and Mr. Mom. In 1998, he worked with Tim Burton on Beetlejuice, which of course led to his starring role in Burton's Batman. Keaton's casting actually caused considerable controversy.
Boo.
Thousands of protest letters were sent to Warner Brothers, and even Batman creator Bob Kane voiced his reservations.
What is all this?
The police have got it wrong. They're looking for one product. The Joker's tainted hundreds of chemicals at the source.
Luckily, it all worked out, and Batman became the 5th highest grossing movie in history at the time. Number 7, Joe Pesci, Home Alone.
Going on vacation? Where you going?
In many of Joe Pesci's most famous film roles, he's the most dangerous and feared person on screen, despite his small stature.
Well, I'm funny how? I mean funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you?
It takes an actor who's capable of tapping into a raw anger and rage that few of us can understand to be able to pull that off successfully.
Salud, Tommy.
No more shines, Billy.
What?
I said no more shines. Maybe you didn't hear about it. You've been away a long time. They didn't go up there and tell you. I don't shine shoes anymore.
For the same actor to be able to make a fool of himself for the delight and laughter of families worldwide without missing a beat is truly impressive. But that's just what Pesci did as Harry in 1990's Home Alone. Even more amazingly, this performance came right on the heels of his role as Tommy DeVito in Goodfellas, showing just how easily Pesci was able to switch character types.
A dead kid.
Number 6, Robin Williams, 1 Hour Photo.
Hello!
A lot of actors who've earned the respect of their peers spend the later years of their career coasting on fame and taking on easy roles that line their wallets.
Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. Find me a find, catch me a catch.
Fortunately for ardent film fans, Robin Williams was not one of those people.
Look at me, son. It's not your fault.
Choosing to stretch his acting muscles in dark new ways, his performance as a photo clinic employee with a dangerous obsession was so organic and real, we wish he'd given the genre a try much earlier.
I never see you away from the store. After all these years, you'd think we'd run into each other at some point.
The role won him universal acclaim from critics and a Saturn Award for Best Actor.
You would never take disgusting, sick, degrading pictures of your children doing these things.
Number 5, Tom Cruise, Collateral. Tom Cruise has spent most of his career carefully cultivating a resume of respected performances and a squeaky clean image.
I'll answer the question. You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
He's played against that image at times, for example, as the villainous yet charming Lestat in Interview with the Vampire.
I've come to answer your prayers.
Then there was the vulgar and over-the-top Les Grossman in Tropic Thunder. But it's as Vincent in Michael Mann's neo-noir crime thriller Collateral that he truly stands out. As a remorseless contract killer who makes no attempt to be likable, this role had critics raving, and moviegoers seeing him in an all-new light.
We gotta make the best of it. Improvise, adapt to the environment, Darwin, shit happens, I Ching, whatever, man, we gotta roll with it.
Number 4, Heath Ledger, The Dark Knight.
Hi.
The Joker is arguably one of the most recognizable and acclaimed villains in modern pop culture.
And what's with that stupid grin? Life's been good to me.
Previously brought to the big screen by Hollywood heavyweight Jack Nicholson, anyone assigned the challenging role certainly had big shoes to fill. So when they cast the guy who sang in the bleachers in a 90s teen comedy, a lot of fans were shocked and appalled.
I mean, I can't be worried about what everyone else is doing, you know? I mean, I'm focused on what I'm doing, and I'm gonna build hundreds of skateboards a month, all with your name, Stacy Peralta, right there next to Zephyr.
Even though he'd given respected performances in films like Lords of Dogtown and Brokeback Mountain prior to The Dark Knight, few thought he'd be up to the task.
Why so serious?
Outperforming even the highest expectations, he gave one of the most legendary performances in film history, and earned a posthumous Oscar to boot.
Where are they? Choose between one life or the other. Your friend, the district attorney, or his blushing bride-to-be.
Number 3, Steve Carell, Foxcatcher. Steve Carell is one of the most acclaimed and respected comedians working today.
The worst thing about prison was the Dementors. They were flying all over the place and they were scary, and then they come down and they suck the soul out of your body, and it hurt.
He received widespread recognition for his work as Michael Scott on The Office, and supplemented this with hilarious work in Anchorman and The 40-Year-Old Virgin, among many other films.
Oh, wow! I hate you! I hate you! Stop smiling, you jerk!
And while he demonstrated his dramatic chops in Little Miss Sunshine, that movie can still be considered a comedy, a word no one would use to describe Foxcatcher.
I hope it's not too late.
No.
I just wanted to check in and make sure that everything was all right with you.
Carell was barely recognizable as wrestling coach and convicted murderer John DuPont, and he, Channing Tatum, and Mark Ruffalo all received praise from critics.
David, we have a lot of work to do in the next couple of months. And you're an integral part of that. You understand?
I understand.
I'm going to need you.
Carell earned his 7th Golden Globe nomination, the first 6 being for The Office, and his first Oscar nomination for the role.
Whoa. No, John.
Do you have a problem with me?
John, don't, John.
John, I don't have a problem.
Number 2, Tom Hanks, Philadelphia.
I think I need to go to the hospital.
In the 80s, Tom Hanks shot to fame thanks to his roles in comedies, including Splash and Big. However, his filmography took a very different turn in the next decade.
What happened to your face?
I have AIDS.
1993 saw him star as Andrew Beckett, a gay lawyer and AIDS patient in the legal drama Philadelphia.
Plan on bringing a wrongful termination suit against Charles Wheeler and his partners.
At the time, the film was groundbreaking in mainstream cinema for addressing the HIV epidemic and homophobia.
Everything around you is just the blood and the mud. I am divine. I am oblivion.
Hanks's performance won him his first Oscar and led to a number of other dramatic roles in the 90s, such as Forrest Gump and Saving Private Ryan. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Bryan Cranston, Breaking Bad.
Are you familiar with my product? I've been told it's excellent.
Few people can be both funny and utterly terrifying. Bryan Cranston is one of those people. Before Breaking Bad, Cranston was primarily known for his comedy work. He had a bit part on Seinfeld playing Tim Whatley before hitting it big with Malcolm in the Middle.
They take a sausage, stuff it with cheese, wrap it with bacon, and shove it in a deep fat fryer full of lard.
Before that glorious bald head and glasses look became iconic, all anyone could picture was Cranston doing a goofy dance on roller skates. But Breaking Bad proved Cranston to be an accomplished dramatic actor.
You clearly don't know who you're talking to, so let me clue you in. I am not in danger, Skyler. I am the danger.
He disappeared into Walter White, becoming another one of those brilliant casting decisions that make it impossible to imagine anyone else in the role. He won 4 Emmys, 1 Golden Globe, and 2 SAG Awards for his performance, solidifying his place in television history.
I just want you to know that no matter how it may look, I only had you in my heart.
What's your favorite example of typecast breaking? Let us know in the comments.
I want to hear it again.
Make more sharp robot.
That's a terrible robot voice.
Yep.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.